If the path before you is clear, you're probably on someone else's. Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. Where your fear is, there is your task. If a man knows more than others, he becomes lonely. Thinking is difficult. That's why most people judge. Even a happy life cannot be without a measure of darkness, and the word happy would lose its meaning if it were not balanced by sadness. Children learn by an adult's example, not by their words. You are what you do, not what you say you'll do. What did you do as a child that made the hours pass like minutes? Herein lies the key to your earthly pursuits. The shoe that fits one person pinches another. There is no recipe for living that suits all cases. For better to come, good must stand aside. The greatest tragedy of the family is the unlived lives of the parents. You are not what happened to you. You are what you chose to become. To ask the right question is already half the solution of a problem. The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. Man needs difficulties. They are necessary for health. The soul needs your recklessness, not your wisdom. Loneliness does not come from having no people about one, but from being unable to communicate the things that seem important to oneself, or from holding certain views which others find inadmissible. He who is afraid needs dependence, as a weakened man needs support. Life really does begin at 40. Up until then, you are just doing research. If you are a gifted person, it doesn't mean you got something. It means you can give something away. People will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own souls. The least of things with a meaning is worth more in life than the greatest of things without it. Shame is a soul-eating emotion. Your vision will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakes. Midlife is the time to let go of an overdominant ego and to contemplate the deeper significance of human existence. Every form of addiction is bad, no matter whether the narcotic is alcohol, morphine, or idealism. Wholeness is not achieved by cutting off a portion of one's being, but by integration of the contraries. We were born at a given moment, in a given place, and like vintage years of wine, we have the qualities of the year and of the season in which we are born. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. The healthy man does not torture others. Generally, it is the tortured who turn into torturers. A man who has not passed through the inferno of his passions has never overcome them. People grow like plants, some in light, others in shade. There are many who need shade, not light. We cannot change anything until we accept it. Condemnation does not liberate, it oppresses. Woe to those who live by examples. There is no life in them. If you live by example, you live the life of that example. But who will live your life but yourself? So live your own life. Man cannot stand a meaningless life. Shrinking away from death is something unhealthy and abnormal, which robs the second half of life of its purpose. Where love rules, there is no will to power, and where power predominates, love is lacking. The one is the shadow of the other. The greatest and most important problems of life are all fundamentally insoluble. They can never be solved, but only outgrown. Man can endure the hardest trials if he sees meaning in them. The whole difficulty lies in creating that meaning. What we walk away from, shying away from, ostensibly forgetting, is dangerously close to us, and eventually it will return, but with redoubled force. Knowing your own darkness is the best method for dealing with the darkness of other people. In each of us, there is another whom we do not know. Depression is like a woman in black. If she turns up, don't shoo her away. Invite her in, offer her a seat. Treat her like a guest and listen to what she wants to say. Where wisdom reigns, there is no conflict between thinking and feeling. Knowledge rests not upon truth alone, but upon error also. Every human life contains a potential. If that potential is not fulfilled, then that life was wasted. If an attractive woman is single, it's because she's smarter than everyone else. The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. Don't hold on to anyone who's leaving, otherwise you won't meet the one who's coming. Don't rush to help those who haven't asked you to, because not everyone who is drowning needs a hand. Some want to drown. Most people consider themselves very knowledgeable in psychology for one simple reason. Psychology for them comes down to what they know about themselves. As any change must begin somewhere, it is the single individual who will undergo it and carry it through. The change must begin with one individual. It might be any one of us. Nobody can afford to look around and to wait for somebody else to do what he is loath to do him.
In these quotes from Carl Jung, which we hope will help you understand yourself better. He was one of the first psychologists who introduced the idea of analytical psychology and popularized it to the world. Thank you for watching this video.